employer support the Guard and Reserve. We're part of the department. And I think you mentioned before that we're the cheapest ones I have because they don't pay us, but we volunteer. I'm retired Navy, 28 years with the Navy, active duty and reserve, and also worked at No Life Mutual Insurance Company for 34 years. So close, I can hear you whistles over there too. So.
Well, thanks for your service. Appreciate
that. And Joe is one of our best ESGR members. I'm going to say that because she's pretty willing to volunteer, and I was just so excited to do this today, even without me if I didn't show up.
This is my first time, so bear with me.
You got to start sometime.
Yeah, I guess so.
ESGR has been around for since 1972. We get about 60 volunteers throughout the state of North Dakota.
Wow.
Good group. And right here in Fargo, we have 12. And I just found another member that might be interested in joining us. So that's good. Because we have a Cass County, and we get part of all the Cass, Richland County. We have a person down there. She retired, and now her husband's going to retire and get a travel trailer. So I'm not sure what that means.
I think she's gone.
I don't think she'll be around. But anyway, we're going to start with the paperboard, and I'll turn it over to Joe.
All right, thank you. Well, I'm Joe Duncan, and I've been a volunteer with ESGR for approximately 3 years. I don't have a service background, but my father was in the Coast Guard, brother in the Air Force, brother-in-law in the Army, and a brother-in-law retired from the Navy. So this was one way of giving back for all of that my family members have received, and I'm also in honor of my dad. So the Patriot Award today for Steve Dirksen, it reflects the efforts made to support citizen warriors through a wide range of measures, including flexible schedules, time off prior to and after deployment, caring for families, and granting leaves of absence if needed. Patriot Awards are awarded to individual supervisors, not to an entire staff or organization as a whole. So Steve, with this, I present to you, and it says, Office of the Security and Defense, Employer Support, the Guard and Reserve recognizes Steve Dirksen, Fargo Fire Department as a patriotic employer for contributing to national security and protecting liberty and freedom by supporting employee participation in America's National Guard and Reserve Force. Thank you for your support.
Fire department behind you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You see up on the screen, Lieutenant Kindleswire wrote this, and normally Jeanette has been sending a nice piece of paper, but he says Fargo Fire Department fully supports employees who are also service members. Service members are given the option to take vacation, time trade, or flex any shift day that happens to fall over their drill weekend. Fargo Fire Department also has generous military leave pay to cover the service members who are called to active duty. In 2021, the Fire Department will support 5 employees. 5, that's a lot out of here, schedule here. Anywhere from 6 to 14 months, as well as a handful of others gone for annual training periods, which, and if they're in the Guard, they spend more weekends drilling, training. So we thank you very much. When returning from active duty period, service members are welcome back on shift and actively work with the department to complete any missed training and this time you're gonna make him work double. No.
He will. We'll have to do it twice.
But, we can't say thank you for what you do for the military, because without employers in the state of North Dakota, the Guard and the reserves could not do what they do. And when they get called up, it's one thing to be called up, saying you're coming for a COVID assistance, and they're gone for a week, and then they're back home, and then 3 weeks later they're called again. That's been a mess this last year on that. But to come in and say, Chief, I'm gonna be gone for 9 months. What? So, we gotta, at one time they were out there for 14 months.
Yeah, I think that's what.
They're trying to cut it back down to 9 months, because it's a long time to be gone from work.
Right.
And with this unit, like they stay on that unit, they go every 4 years.
Right. Yeah, it's we're happy to support. We realize that not everybody's called to that, and so those that are, we need to support them, and we try to make it the best that it can be for them.
Yeah.
And we understand that half of the United States military is made up of Guard and reservists, so that means that some of our employees, and for whatever reason, we tend to attract a number of
Right.
Guard and reservists to our
Police department.
and the police
Yes,
department as
yes.
well. So
I'll say thank you to all of you for the support that you give. And I know that coming back and being gone, coming back is just a thrill knowing that I can get back to my job. And there's the ESGR laws out there that protects them.
Yep.
But sometimes they come back in positions that's there anymore, or the company's not there.
Yeah.
That's even worse. So.
Right.
But like I say, this is a large group, 200 and some out there in Texas training, and hopefully, I'm sure they get tired of training and sitting, waiting to get out there. And I told my guy, I said, what are you doing out there? You can't tell me.
no, no.
Hiding in some tree,
Yes.
with a rocket someplace. So, they're a good group. Like I said, I've done 5 of these, and it's been just great people to be working with.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
It's really just, it says here Steve Dirksen, Fargo Fire Department. It should say the Fargo Fire Department, because it's everybody sitting around this table and everybody else that, is there and doing, picking things up. These guys probably answer more phone calls than me regarding it, because these 2 guys manage the shift on Nick's shift. And so, they're working through all of that, and we just work to maintain that the policy is there. It's equitable and it's treated fairly, and then the guys and the gals that work on the other side, on the operations side, or in our fire prevention bureau, they're the ones that are picking up the slack for the work that these guys aren't doing while they're not here. It's a shared responsibility thing, and at the end of the day, it's a team effort, just like we know. So
Thank you very much. You can't say thank you enough. The Patriot Award is for an individual. It's you and the support you give. I'll visit with Delton and Jeanette, and there's another step above this. Comes the above and beyond Ward 2 Fire Department. So I'm sure we can work on that. We'll try to make sure we get that out. It takes a while longer, but we'll get it done. The other thing is it's a statement of support. We have one of these hanging someplace around here, but this is for the Fargo Fire Department, saying we recognize the Guard and Reserve is essential to the strength of our nation, the well-being of our communities, highest American tradition, and the patriotic men and women of the Guard and Reserve serve voluntarily in an honorable, vital profession. They train to respond to their community, to their country, in time of need. They deserve the support of every segment of our society. I won't read the rest, but we have already signed it, dated it, and if we'll post that in your lobby, that nobody can get into. No.
Only during lunch.
Yeah. Well, I tried to come into the museum that I was watching, so, but, look.
Do a presentation there, absolutely. There you go, absolutely. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. You bet.
And before we switch to the last around room comments, I'd say it's too bad he's not online. Talk directly to him.
Yeah.
Know that he's down there. So, yes.
Well, I'm Nick's shift supervisor, I guess. And Nick's always been very supportive of the department and the guard. It's quite a challenge for him to take on both roles at the same time, and we've tried to help him out with both sides when he's gone on deployments or something like that. Like he said, he has some catching up to do when he gets back, and we do everything we can to support him when he's gone and try to get him back up to speed on things that he missed when he was gone. So very dedicated employee.
Thank you. Thank you. And not only that, he's easy to work with on this. I mean, he understands what his role is in the return and how he needs to maintain his stuff as well. So he makes it pretty easy.
Zoom, just training out in Washington.
Well, I know the last time he was deployed, that we did work some time for him to be training because he had some downtime in there. So we kept up on like his EMT training and stuff like that. So
That's good. Then, the downtime is basically longer.
Yeah, makes it quite faster.
I don't have any further comments. Thank you guys for your service. I appreciate you coming in. And, we're happy to
Yeah,
serve the
we're
military.
inside and outside, but it's actually overpowering when you're outside. Here's the
every day.
I did spend 8 years in the Army Reserve and the Air Guard, so I understand the side of making sure everything works and coordinates with your schedule. So I understand how hard it is for their part on Nick's side. So I appreciate when they make it easy on their supervisor, and Nick does that. So it's nice to see.
Appreciate your service.
Great. No further comments here either. Just appreciate everyone who serves, appreciate their service.
Thank you. Delton, you want to say something?
Oh, I always do, Dave. You know that. Well, it kind of breaks my heart a little bit that I'm not there to be in person with you today, but I've got to be in Fargo a little later this week and for some other things, and gets a little prohibitive to be running back and forth too often, but I'm very grateful for the blessings of technology and being able to be a part and see all of you so clearly today via Zoom, and thanks Jeanette for arranging all this. We can't do our work without Jeanette, who's our only paid staff member for ESGR in the state of North Dakota. She's located out in Frayne Barracks. She's a retired Army Guard herself, and she understands the programs and working all this government stuff that I don't like to work on, and a lot of the details, but she is just a wonderful staff member for us. But being a part of any of these Patriot Awards or any awards that we do for employers are always special. But when it's an individual that I've known for a number of years in the community who's being recognized, I tell you what, it just makes it all worthwhile for me as the state chair to be a part of this celebration today and recognizing you, Steve. And I know the leader that you are, and we've had conversations over the years and got to know each other. So again, it makes it very special for me when I have somebody that I know very, very dearly that is recognized by their Guard member employee. And and I hope he gets to see the replay of this. But Lieutenant Kindlespire, thank you, sir, for nominating Steve for this award. I hope you get to see this and know how much we appreciate it. We can't make these awards up as ESGR volunteers. They need to start with the service member, and it takes time for them to submit these awards. And but I know that the service members who submit them are very sincere in their appreciation of their employer for understanding and making sure that when they are called to duty to serve either on the state mission or the national mission, like they're getting prepared to do now, that they are sincerely appreciative of the support of their employer and the fact that when they get done, they know that support's going to be there when they get back and that they'll have a job to come back to. But Steve, you hit it on the head. Half of our national defense comes from the Guard and Reserve. And these folks are being called more and more and more all the time to play that role in support of our national defense. And I know that you guys get it there, as I think most employers do, but sometimes I think it kind of gets overlooked there, the importance and the part of that employers like Fargo Fire Department play in our national defense by supporting their service members. And so it's just very thrilling for me to know an organization like the Fargo Fire Department and the leadership like Steve and all of you in the room there today that you do to support your service member. The other thing I will say is that Steve and your team, I'm grateful that for all the years I was the regional president at US Bank, you came in and gave us a pass at my old building on the fire inspections. So appreciate that. And but no, what a great group. Thank you guys for what you do in the community as well. I tell you, it was a lot of fun being a part of the community. I remember the blood drives and the other challenges you had with the Fargo PD and different things. And I think I even had a few employees fake illnesses so they could have the Fargo Fire Department come in and have those guys that are all in great shape and everything. I remember one of my assistants passed out at her desk one day and she said, "What a great way to wake up to a Fargo Fire Department." Sitting there and making sure she was okay. And so we always gave her a bad time about that for a long time. But thanks for all that you guys do. And again, it's an honor for me to represent the Department of Defense, of which ESGR, the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve, we are an agency of the Department of Defense. And all of us as volunteers are very proud to represent ESGR and employers like the Fargo Fire Department for all that you do. So with that, Steve, thanks again. It's great to see all of you. Dave and Joe, great job, and thanks for being there in person today to present this award to Steve. And yeah, we do other awards as well. So we like to review these and get them to our awards committee. And so Jeanette will probably send you some information. It'll be follow-up to see if there's another level of award that once we have a Patriot Award in hand, we'll let Joe and Dave work with you to see if we can qualify you for a higher level award, and who knows, have another celebration one of these days and not the too distant future. So with that, thank you guys for everything that you're doing, and I'll turn it back to Joe and Dave. So take care, everyone.
Thanks, Bill.
I just wonder, do you two know each other so well because your truck was over there all the time?
We might have been at a place where there might be cold beverages.
Yeah, that are meetings together. I don't know how many meetings or community events we cross paths on all the time, but
Joe, you're Joe.
Yeah.
Jeanette, you have anything, final words? I thank you for the email or text message.
I just wanted to say that Nick will be receiving a copy of this because I record him and then I switch him to YouTube and I'll send it to him via his email. And then also we'll write up a press release and that'll be posted on esgr.mil for the fire department. And I'll send that to you, Steve. And just remember to take a group photo before you leave, Dave. And congratulations to everybody there. Thank you.
Thanks. And since Nick is going to hear this, Nick when he started here, I remember made the job offer to Nick, and this was probably 7 or 8 years ago. And he said, I can't start on the day you want me to because I gotta head to basic training. So he's been involved in this since the beginning of his career here. And, so we've supported him all the way through that service. And the thing was, he had the job when he got here after he did his basic training, so.
Another guy that says, I went in and I think I was gonna get the job, but I had to tell him that I had to be gone right away. And I came back, you got the job. So thank you.
Yeah.
It's even more special.
It was one of those things that all of a sudden, I've never had to deal with that before, and it threw me down a whole different path where I got to learn, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll conclude and try to get a picture. Can you put like the Fargo Fire Department up there?
We've got
on the screen?
We've got a spot over here that
Okay.
set just perfectly for that, so.
Let's go out there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, great seeing everyone today. You guys have a great rest of your day and a great week, and we hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Sounds good.
See you in the morning.
Thanks.
All right. Take care, guys.